Hi guys, thanks for joining us again. I've got some free time today in the studio, so I thought I'd show you around some of the gear. Let's get to it. Okay, so first off, we've got this Roland electronic kit here. Now, what I like to do is, if we're going to put a track down that requires a real drum sort of approach, then I do like to play it on the kit, or get a drummer in to play it, because you can. I mean, it's much more natural to be able to just play the kit as you would a normal kit. Now, obviously, they don't make any noise, but they're excellent, because after you've recorded it into Cubase, you can, of course, assign any type of kit. You can have a tom from one kit and a second tom from another, floor tom from another. You get the idea. Yeah, the control after the fact is absolutely fantastic. Now, I haven't plugged it in for this, but there's no point, because you've heard a couple of the sounds already. But it works very well. These also choke these cymbals, so if you crash it like that and then hold it, it chokes the cymbal as well. Open hi-hat, close hi-hat, because I'm not sure if you can see the pedal there. But yeah, really happy. If it's somebody like me that isn't, I'm not a drummer, so, but for drums that need a sort of more natural sounding kit, it sounds better with me playing it than to tap it in on pads or on the keyboard. So yeah, it's a good addition to the gear in the studio. Okay then, moving on. So we've just looked at the TD7. Links in the description below, by the way, for all the gear I'm showing you. So if you're interested in purchasing or whatever, then you can check them out yourself. This is the Atom by Presonus. Very happy with it. I only use it in a very basic sense. It's very responsive. I mean, you can hit it very lightly like that, and it's fantastic. So there's all sorts of things you can do with it. You can program different. You can put these things in different order. You can, assign them to banks so that you can recall them later. I don't do any of that in here, so I haven't delved into it at all. Basically, all I need to do is to... I usually use it with either one of the 80s drum plugins that I've got for Cubase, or it's a great match for Groove Agent. So I use SE5, and it's fantastic. In fact, that's the app I'm running now. So it's fantastic. I love it. Okay, so this is the Studio Logic. I used to have a Yamaha Motif XF8. It was a real big thing. We carted it all over the country, and it was really heavy. Too big for in here, and it's really sort of, well, I say past its sell-by date, but it's certainly not any use in here, because we've got, I mean, that piano sound is coming off Contact. It's the Gentleman plug-in for Contact. And I was looking for a replacement. I wanted something more compact. I mean, this is a 73 key. It's a Studio Logic SL73 Studio, and you know, the touch, the quality of the hammer action is just gorgeous. I mean, it's like, it's just really like a real piano. It's now, with this, you can also program different splits. You can have one section of the keyboard going out of one MIDI instrument. You can have another section going to another MIDI instrument. When I say instrument, these could be different modules as well, and so on. Don't use any of that, because in here, I don't need to, because I can use the whole thing. Usually, I only actually use this for when I'm recording piano. And again, like the TD-07 drum kit, if you want to play a nice piano sample, then it really is important for it to feel like a piano to go with the sound. So it's very inspiring. So there you go, guys. It's the Studio Logic SL73 Studio, and again, love it. I think it's great. Okay, so natural progression. We're going now on to the complete A49 complete control. Now this is an older model. It's basically, it's not weighted at all. So it's basically like well, I mean, we've got a DX7 patch here, so. So it's a different response entirely. So if you want to do some nice sort of fast finger work on a synth or whatever, then it's there. Same stuff. You've got the modulation and pitch bend wheels. There's also a bit of control here for again working directly with contact. Tend not to use that. Again, I just use the very basic function, and that's using it as a keyboard control. I never play piano on this because it just doesn't feel right, and that's why I bought the SL73. Self-explanatory, really. Very, very light touch, and for the money, and these are cheap. I'm not sure. I'll put the link in the description below, but. Very, very affordable. The quality is very good for what you pay for it, and I'm happy with it. And it's it's a nice addition. Lane pads down and stuff like that. Everything really. Now, as again, the only thing I don't do on it is piano, because it just doesn't feel right. Love this device. It's not a necessity when you're working with Cubase, but you know, I'm from the old days, and I had a really big mixer, and I just like to, just get involved with, the faders, and I don't know. It's just that tactile thing that I miss. What can I say? Loads of functions here. It's just that tactile interaction with your mix, I think. And it works incredibly well. I've never had a problem with it. There's lots I could go into. You've got you can select the tracks over here. It selects them in Cubase as you go along. You can solo, you can mute. They're both together there on each track. And you can write clear. You can clear the solos. You can control the play and record functions, and this is also multi-layered as well. When you label up your tracks in Cubase, then the track name. So if you've got drums, bass, and then guitar or whatever, these actually come up here and tell you what each track pertains to. It's fantastic, great thing to have. Great unit. So yeah, I wouldn't be without it. Okay, last but not least is the studio monitors. Now, I've had these for, well, since 2005, and, well, I love them. The quality is just so flat and smooth, and, you know, it was like you could hear everything in the mix. Superb. So these are the 8040As. They don't make these anymore. I wouldn't hesitate in getting another pair of the latest versions, but they have added a mid-range to them. Mains powered. They're active speakers. Very nice indeed. Right, guys, that's it for this week. Hope you enjoyed that little spin round the gear there, and we'll see you next time with Eddie and myself on the Eddian project. Thanks for watching.